Hey guys, so today I want to share with you my number one favorite coaching question. I say it's a coaching question, but it's actually a question that I use more than anything myself. There's a term called meta thinking, which is essentially really coaching yourself. So it's asking yourself the right questions in the right moments, and that can often bring you out of the mammalian and reptilian brain and help you think logically, creatively, and humanly, ultimately, to make better decisions. Now, this question is basically, the big idea around it is it's all about the journey. You may have heard us talk about this before, but it's such an important point that people, when they're setting goals or they have big aspirations to achieve something, too much emphasis is often spent on the end destination. And that can be really detrimental because it can leave people always feeling like a bit of a failure. It can lead to things like anxiety because people feel like they're just not moving fast enough. And obviously, if you've watched the video trainings on the hijacked brain and threat, you'll know that one of the three threats is moving too slow. And when things aren't moving as fast, whether it's you're not losing weight fast enough or you're not achieving your career goals fast enough, that can lead to threat, and it can lead us to getting more stressed, etc. And there's lots of different examples I could give of this, but ultimately the journey is everything, right? Because the journey essentially is your life. Because even when you achieve a goal, and I'm sure you've done this in your past, you've got to a destination, the grass isn't always as green, because then we want more. You get to one stage in your career or maybe one milestone in weight loss, but then you want to move on to the next thing. And ultimately, the thing that's going to make you do that and stick and commit to that journey is it's got to be fun. You've got to enjoy it. And so that really kind of giving away the question, but my favorite coaching question that I use often for myself as well is, what would make this more enjoyable? What would make this more fun? And the cool thing about this question is it can, often one of the obstacles people have is the areas in their life where they lack control. Okay, so where they may think, well, I can't, if it's work, for instance, they might say, well, I can't control that. I can't change how much fun or enjoyment there is in that process. But you'd be surprised that one of the reasons I'm shooting this video is I realized without even thinking about it, I did it yesterday. So my wife gave me the fun job on a Sunday when it was sleeting, it was kind of snowing, it was raining, it wasn't a nice day, but we had to get the logs in, right, for the fire indoors because it was freezing and we had no logs left. And that's like a 20-30 minute job, right? It's not enjoyable, particularly in the cold and the sleet and the snow and the wind and the rain. So, just an example, what do? The first thing without thinking, get my headphones, get my Bluetooth headphones, stick on my favorite podcast. I think I was listening to Tim Ferriss, and I was really enthralled in it. And it completely took away the mundane job of gathering logs in the wind and the rain. And that's just one of many. I mean, for me, driving as well. Many people get stressed when they're driving. I actually really enjoy driving these days because I get to listen to cool audio books through my Bluetooth in my car, and I get to learn. When I'm stuck in traffic, I get to learn. And these are just small examples. So whether it's, for some people, it could be enjoyment in terms of exercise. If you hate the gym, for instance, but you have a sport, or there was a sport when you were younger that you really enjoyed, then that would be a better form of exercise potentially than going to the gym just because you think that that's the thing that you should be doing. This is really an idea that corporations have sold us, that we've got to go to the gym to get fit. Which is complete bullshit, basically. So, try using this question, asking this question whenever you feel a sense of boredom. Okay, so it could be cooking. Maybe you find what you perceive as healthy eating, maybe you find that boring. Okay, so again, I would say ask the question, how can I make this more enjoyable? You know, what herbs and spices can you use with a recipe? What, you know, whatever it is. Maybe you have some music on in the background. This is something that I've done as well when cooking. I find cooking a little bit mundane, but when I've got some cool music on in the background, I've got the kids running about, got a nice little family atmosphere going on, it doesn't feel like a chore. And you know, anytime anything feels like a chore, that's kind of a red flag to basically ask the question, ask that magic question, how can I make this more enjoyable? So try it, guys, and let me know where in your life you've managed to do that. You've managed to find, you know, something that would normally frustrate you or cause you boredom, and you know, make it more enjoyable. And that ultimately will lead to a better transformation, because when we're enjoying life, everything works better. You know, we're breathing better. When we're breathing better, our digestive system is better. Okay, when our digestive system is better, our metabolism is higher, because we're actually able to break down the foods correctly. We're able to eliminate them, detoxify our body correctly as well. So, you know, it sounds like a small thing, but you'd be surprised at the multiplying compound effect that can have, and if you're doing this in different areas of your life. So enough rambling, go try it.